Hey guys, we're back because here's Tato. Tato in the sun. I had it all set up so the sun was all good and everything, and there you are making shadows and stuff. But anyway, so today we're going to look at some old new knives. Knives that I've had for a while that I always intended to do videos on, and I never got around to it. So they're not brand new knives. They're not new on the market. They've been done. I think that JT over at JT's Knife Life has already done great reviews on both of these, and I'm sure you can find a multitude of other reviews on them. But you know, I never got around to doing the video, and I wanted to do it. There we go. Thank you, Tato. One of them I really like. One of them I'm kind of like meh. And you know, just by looking at them right now, can you figure out which is which? I don't know. We're gonna look at the Kershaw Deadline and the Kershaw Flourish. They both have pros and cons, so we'll take a look. See how, you know, what my opinion is, and then again, as always, love to hear your opinions in the comments and stuff. Before we get into that, I just want to do a little update about the giveaway prizes. So I'm working through the list. I've got a bunch of them sent off. There are some prizes that are unclaimed. So some people have never gotten in touch with me to get me their shipping information. And I don't want to get specific about who or what prizes, because again, I don't want to encourage anybody to try to scam it. So everybody who entered the contest, and I'm going to put a link to the, you know, prize announcement video, please review if you have won a prize and you have not messaged me or gotten in touch with me, or have not received an answer to a message you sent me about, you know, a prize, you know, give me your information. Please get back in touch with me. Just, I want to make sure that before I pick an alternate winner to some of the prizes, that, you know, everybody has a fair chance to actually claim their prize and everything. But as I was going through the list, getting shipping labels printed and everything, you know, I was looking in the messages, and some people just, they're not there. So I'm starting the international shipping this week. So all of you folks not in the US, your stuff is going out soon. Anyway, okay, so let's get to this. So the Deadline and the Flourish, they're not similar knives. They're not the same. There's no reason I'm grouping them together, except for the fact that, you know, like I said, I got them around the same time, and they've just both been sitting around. I have not really done anything with either one of them. I've played with the flipping action a little bit. I've messed with it. I really haven't used either one of them or carried either one of them. So here's the answer. I like the Flourish. I'm not so much a fan of the Deadline. So let's look at the Deadline first. So I do like all steel construction knives. That's not a secret. I love deep carry clips. That's not a secret. Small knives, not so much a fan of. Although for EDC, this is a pretty good size. The flipping action on the Deadline leaves something to be desired, I think. Now, the Flourish has the speed save system, which is great. You know, I have like a 50-50 success rate on the Deadline for flipping it open. Now, Wharncliffe blade, cool. Not always the most practical blade, but I do love the fact that it has that nice straight edge on it. Great for utility work. Easy to maintain, easy to sharpen. You know, nice artistic design on it. You've got your engraved steel frame liners. It's got that kind of a weird inset liner lock there, which is, it's different. I mean, and that's not a problem. I don't mind that. It reminds me of, I don't know, a very Art Deco kind of look, you know? So you've got a reversible clip, left and right, tip up only. I really do like the finish, actually, on the liner and the frame there. I mean, I guess it's got... Oh, I kept calling this a liner when it's a scale. Oopsie. But I really like the finish on it. I could do without all the artistic stuff, but it's not, you know, it's neither here nor there. It's nice. Fit and finish is good. There's nothing wrong with that. There we go. Yeah. Really want to make sure that gets out there. Like I said, you've got that kind of different little liner lock there. See, the liner is actually attached from that screw to that inset. So it's just, I don't know if that's more kind of style. I don't know if it needed to be done like that or it just looks cool, but you know, it is what it is. you've got a two-tone finish on the blade, so they continue that kind of satiny look onto the flat. And then they have, I forgot the actual title of it, but it's basically, it's like a vapor coating. So what they do is they'll put the blade in a room, a vacuum sealed chamber, and they will aerosolize, they will vaporize a substance. They will actually heat something to the point where it's vaporized in the air, and you know, through the miracle of science and other stuff. I'm oversimplifying it, but it, you know, it gets onto the blade and it adheres and blah blah blah. So it's got this coating on it which picks up fingerprints and grease and stuff remarkably well, which, you know, not a big fan. Now I know on JT's review he did just a little bit of cutting, and apparently this stuff scrapes really easily, like through just simple cutting it marks up. I'm not sure why they chose to go with that particular coating on there, but it does give you that nice two-tone option. Overall, you know, for EDC, it's not a bad weight, not a bad size. I just, something about it is, I don't know. Reminds me of a pool cue, kind of. Anybody else? Just the fact that the flipper, you know, I want a flipper where I don't have to worry about, am I using enough pressure? Am I doing this hard enough? Is it gonna flip for me all the way this time or something? Now, yeah, true. I might have gotten a dud knife, but the design itself is a nice design. It's a good looking knife. I think if you're into Wharncliffe blades, it's a nice way to go. Feels comfortable. Decorative jimping, not very effective jimping. Perfect centering. Decent lock, strong lock up. Early lock up. What are you boofing at, Tato? You boofing? You doing the boof? Nice finishing on the edge. A little harder to cut that than I thought it was going to be. It's definitely a slice through, not a pull through. But nice clean cuts. Not bad. I mean, I'm just a little small for my taste. Problems with the flipping action, you know, for the size of my hands. And I've seen a lot of reviews where that coating will get marred up really, really easily. I'd rather have, you know, a two-tone with a stonewash and a satin, or just give me all satin, like on the whole blade, you know? But anyway, let's look at the Flourish. So the Flourish, I like a lot more. There's a couple things that I don't like about it. The things that I don't like about it are really mostly external. So you've got these G10 scales, and then they want it to look carbon fiber. There are these very, very thin, like almost paper thin, carbon fiber inlays. And I just wonder why. Like, give me a carbon fiber scale, or give me a G10 scale. This is, I don't know, I find it kind of cheesy, kind of lame. Like, I don't understand why they chose to do it like this. I think this would be great. Yeah, it would add to the cost probably, but a whole carbon fiber scale would be awesome. But, you know, it is what it is. So centering's pretty good on mine. Just slightly off, but not that much. Speed safe, like I said, flipper, so you don't have to worry about how much pressure you're going to put on this thing to flip it out. It's going to work. Bigger than the Deadline, obviously. I like this size. Unfortunately, standard clip, not a deep carry clip. This would do great with a deep carry clip, I think. Fit and finish, though, overall, great. Plastic backspacer. I think this also would look great with a carbon fiber backspacer to match the scales. I mean, if we're gonna, you know, do all that fancy stuff. Love Speed Safe, and I love that big drop point blade. So beautiful black stonewash finish, especially when you look at how they've got the rear of the blade kind of satin finished, and you can see where the grind ends, kind of. I mean, that's just, I think that looks really nice. Love the way it fits in my hand. Got some actual effective jimping right there where the thumb is going to rest. I think that this is a really good looking knife. I think that this is a very effective looking knife. The speed safe system, I've said over and over, is one of my favorite assist systems. I think that whether you want to carry this for EDC, I don't know if this would be, I wouldn't say this could be a hard use knife. It's a pretty thin blade. But this is another one of those Kershaw designs that I think, you know, they should hand it over to ZT and let ZT just beef it up, pump it up, and, you know, double or triple the blade width and just really go nuts with this and make a high-end version of this, and it would be amazing. Nice seating of the lock on the blade. That lock's not going to break anytime soon, and it doesn't mess with your ability to lock or unlock it and use it. I mean, it feels really solid. I don't know why I haven't done the video on this before. Edgewise, it's just out of the box, ready to shred. You just and you get all that cutting surface too, which is really great. Got a pocket full of P-cord. Very nice clean cuts there. Hardly any force required whatsoever. Just slice right through that stuff. The thing is, the big difference between these two blades is that I think they were going for the small decorative EDC look on the Deadline, and this one is more of a, even though it's got that fancy schmancy kind of look, I think this is a good, strong user. This is the kind of knife that I would carry around, and I would just want to take this to, you know, where I would take this to the shop and just abuse the crap out of it. It's not dirt cheap, but it's not expensive to the point where I'd cry about ruining it. But great one-handed operation. Nice sharp blade. It's the kind of knife where as you use it and you scratch that blade up and it shows where, you know, it's going to build a lot of character. And I think it's always going to look kind of good. I think that this scratches and stuff on here is just going to make it look beat up and worn. I don't think it's going to age as well. You know what I mean? It's going to be something that's going to be nice to look at, but it just, this knife to me, this is going to be the kind of knife that you're going to be like, hey, check out how messed up my cool blackwash blade is. It just, I don't know. There's just something about it that this one feels like a user, and this one just feels like a. I can't describe it. I just can't put it into words. I'm not detracting from the knife's value, or, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of people that are really into this knife, and I don't look down on it. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. It's just this is not for me. The Flourish, though, this is, when I think about, you know, the design and what I want from kind of a mid-range Kershaw, this includes all the elements that I really dig. It really does. Speed safe, comfortable handle, you know, that larger size blade that's good for EDC and for working with. Deep carry clip, though, it's killing me. But I have a feeling I can take a deep carry clip from some other Kershaw and put it on, and, you know, or just engineer my own, really. By the way, I forgot to mention you can switch it left or right, but it's tip up only. So there you go, two knives that I had sitting around, haven't done much with. I just wanted to get them out there. I know I'm late to the party on both of them, but there you go. So, one more reminder, please, if you entered the giveaway contest and have not checked the prize announcement video, or you have not gotten me your information, whatever, just again, check the video description here for a link to that prize announcement video. Check for the things you entered, and if I have not heard from you, please, you know, follow the instructions in that video to send me a message so I can get you your prizes. because there's a handful of people who have not gotten in touch with me, and I'm going to give it, another week or so and then I'm going to start picking alternate winners for those ones. I hate to do it to you guys, but I gotta get those things out. Somebody deserves to have them. Oh, there's a little bird flying overhead. Hughes 500 has such a distinctive sound. Also known as the OH/AH/MH6. Anyway, here's your military history lesson for today. In any case, you guys are all absolutely awesome, and I mean that every time I say it. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll be back again real soon.